Welcome into everybody, by the way, to everybody who's joining right now. Hope you guys doing well today. Here, the white memory thing, yeah.
Very well. Moving out.
I literally forgot to check it out last time. Sadly enough. Oh, wait. Oh. Click. Didn't know that it was accompanied with some story. Snow White pulls out her weapon. She recalls the time. Dorothy came to see... she recalls the time Dorothy came to see her. I swear, sometimes you read these out loud and you're like reading it in a way that you think the sentence is over, and then there's like another sentence and your intonation doesn't apply anymore. We need food, we need to get the electricity back on, and we also need drinking water. We need to repair the equipment that's been damaged, and we need more ammunition. There isn't any more food, and we've lost all the contact with the Ark. The waves of raptures are endless. I've lost several of my squad mates, and those that remain are mentally broken. The situation is hopeless. Leaving the guard post when things are so dire may not seem ideal, but I have to go. I need to secure us more supplies. Dorothy, the leader, would have wanted that. Snow White finishes cleaning all her weapons, outfits herself, and stands. She finishes the last sentence in her journal entry detailing the preparations for her exploration. How long is the Nikke concert? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, if it would be half an hour, I would be fine. I could watch it. But if it's like 2 hours, I can't sit here and play that for 2 hours, man. I really can't. Off we go. She sets off into the great unknown. Okay, here we go. It will start now in a minute. Yeah. It's kind of a big unknown, isn't it? It's kind of a big unknown. Put 2 hours of same length as Star Rail Art Nights. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. So recollection, items, memory disk, start, search. So I guess we just have to do this, right? Like, literally everybody's leaving right now for the concert. So I guess a lot of people want to see it right now. Okay, start search, I guess. Forked Road. Snow White is trying to decide where to go to secure the resources that Dorothy entrusted her with. Okay. Unknown regions. Forests, riverbank, suburb, meadow. This is the first time Nikke concert since game release. Watching you and the concert. I'm just afraid it's gonna take way too long, guys. That's what I'm afraid of. Also, I feel like a lot of the music, everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, this song. Oh my god, that song. And I'm gonna be there like, hey, I don't know that one. Hey, I don't know that one. Oh wait, I don't know that one either. I'm not gonna know anything. Snow White approaches the forest despite the seemingly endless internecine conflict between man and raptures. The forest remains a bastion of life. As Snow White gazes upon the forest rustle, a deer suddenly leaps into view. Again with the deer. Shoot with anti-ship rifle. Shoot with ordinary rifle. Tendrils of flame belch out of the anti-ship rifle's muzzle. However, as the flames die down, the deer is nowhere to be found. The shot also attracts raptors, and Snow White is forced into a confrontation. The sounds of the battle. Hey Vuma, what's happening, by the way? How you doing? You can make parts of listening to all Nikke OST. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have already been suggesting that, yeah. But like I said, I'm kind of afraid, or I feel like I'm going to be losing some of the initial appeal of like hearing an OST with a specific story for the first time, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, bad ending system, new ending recorded. Boom. Loud noises will alert raptures. What the hell is all this? Bad ending going hungry today. The sounds of the battle only attract more raptures. It takes everything for Snow White to subdue the threat. In the end, she goes back to the post empty-handed. I can't hear you because of the concert music. Well, either you turn me up or you turn it down. You can watch the VOD of the concert later since nobody know how long it'll take. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I had in mind. Yeah. But there's like a lot of people now, right now dropping in like, oh, you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it. Like, you know? Like, I wanna, but I also don't wanna, you know? Breaks my heart. Okay, I'm not really sure what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing here. So wait, I just got a bad ending? Is that what it is or what? Because I chose wrong? Or are you supposed to get like all the endings? You can replay the endings you have collected. 21 endings? Bro. Bro, what the fuck even? Start search. So it's the same again. Shoot with ordinary rifle. Having newly discovered the fragility of ungulates, Snow White decides to walk around the woods and find alternative hunting tools. Turn left, turn right, proceed straight ahead. Okay, I always say when in doubt, go left, so... On the left, Snow White sees a chain link fence. She walks towards it, intending to snip it into separate parts that could be used to make traps. She approaches a metal fence and sees a corpse draped over the top of it. The body is clothed in a camouflage outfit and carrying a bow and backpacks. Snow White cuts down the metal fence and sets the corpse on the floor. Congrats, man. This is basically where you explore all the options to get new gear or help items. It's basically a visual novel where you get to explore everything. Okay.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
I do feel like it's gonna take a long time, though. I'm not really sure if I want to play this entire thing right now, to be fair. The duffel bag contains electrical wires, a phone, dry rations, a pail, and a map. Snow White looks at the bow and arrow. These weapons, along with the camouflage, might prove useful for hunting. She contemplates whether she should take them. This is apparently the minigame that came together with Overzone. Put down the bag and leave, or take everything. Take everything. Snow White apologizes and takes the dry food, bow and arrow, and camouflage outfit. She must survive for the sake of her colleagues. If that means benefiting from somebody else's death, then so be it. Of course. Hunting props. Okay. Snow White prepares to hunt. She starts to set up a trap using the metal wire she got from the fence. Being proficient with crafting, she succeeds in making a trap and resumes her hunting once again. Yeah. I feel kind of the same at this point. I mean, I kind of said that we were going to check it out last stream, but then we forgot about it, and now, you know. It could take 2 hours when doing it. Yeah, we don't have 2 hours. I mean, if I'm going to do this for 2 hours, then we might as well watch the concert, right? We might as well. Snow White captures the deer. Looking forward to the delicious dinner she'll be having that night. She returns to the post in good spirits. This is a normal ending, okay. I mean, it does feel a bit tedious, yeah. I mean, it feels nice to have like little bits of lore, but it does feel a bit tedious, and it looks very time consuming. See, so we have a lot of content to still get through, but I think at the moment I only have 2 of those film rolls, so I guess I can only do 2 big ones. But that was 0.5 anniversary, okay. So, but not 1st and 2nd anniversary then. Okay, recollections, so let's see what we have here. So normal ending, deer meat tastes good. Bad ending, going hungry today, so we got those. Shippy, what's happening, man? How you doing? So we got that one. And then items, let's check. Hunting props, trap, all that kind of good stuff. Alright. Start search, I guess. So, where do we go from here? What is the 1st anniversary anyway? I have no idea. I don't know which one came first. Waiting for le French lesson to commence. How about you? I am doing the streaming. Okay, start search, unknown regions. So can you only advance to the next one once you've pretty much 100% the... Do you have to 100% the first zone before you can get to the next one, or what? Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I heard about that. Crazy, right? Like just a couple of weeks after his final concert. Crazy, right? Need film to open every story in the recollections, so now you can only open only 2, and you can get only 2 films per event mission plus 100% still in event shop. Oh, first was Red Ash. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so checked. Wait, so checked means that you've done it already? Or complete means that you've done it already? Because, I mean, in my opinion, both could be that. Tendrils of flame belch out of the anti-ship rifle's muzzle. However, as the flames die down, the deer is nowhere to be found. The shot also attracts raptors, and Snow White is forced into a confrontation. Oh wait, do I need an item? The sounds of the battle only attract more raptures. It takes everything for Snow White to subdue the threat. In the end, she goes back to the post empty-handed. Oh, that was a different ending? No, it was the same one. Loud noises will alert raptures. Okay, so I used the wrong one basically there, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that didn't make sense. So checked is what I still have to do then, I guess. I mean, checked for me means checked, you know? You did it. Apparently it's only me joining French lesson, so time extended to 1 hour later. What? Well, more than welcome to stick around here, man. Okay. Having newly discovered the fragility of ungulates, Snow White decides to walk around the woods and find alternative hunting tools. Turn left. On the left, Snow White sees a chain link fence. She walks towards it, intending to snip it into separate parts that could be used to make traps. 3 stream in day, who would have thought? Yeah, my internet connection thought. She approaches a metal fence and sees a corpse draped over the top of it. The body is clothed in a camouflage outfit and carrying a bow and a backpack. Snow White cuts down the metal fence and sets the corpse on the floor. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, just click. The duffel bag contains electrical wires, a phone, dry rations, a pail, and a map. Snow White looks at the bow and arrow. These weapons, along with the camouflage, might prove useful for hunting. She contemplates whether she should take them. Take everything. I'm confused right now. Well, checked means I've already done it. Put down the bag and leave, I guess? Snow White doesn't want her survival to come at the expense of somebody else's life, so she decides to put down all the hunting props and leave. Did you build your own unit? Yeah. It's called Fanatic. Okay, where the okay, I'm kind of confused. Does complete means I still have to complete it, or does the check... Fuck. They could have made that a little bit more obvious. Cover herself with leaves. I don't know, I'm just trying something. I mean, that would make sense, yeah, but... Oh, check means that you've been down the route, but there's still more to see. And complete is completely done. Okay. Okay. So whenever you see check, go for that one. Okay, the unwieldy camouflage does not fool the deer. Just as it is about to approach a trap, it widens its eyes and flees the scene. Snow White watches in desperation as the escaping deer slowly disappears into the distance. No matter how long Snow White waits in hiding, the deer doesn't return. The trap she made only manages to catch a few small woodland critters. With the small animals in tow, Snow White trudges back towards the post. Okay. Bad ending. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, well, we did get a new ending. 3 out of 21. Holy shit, man. So many endings. Okay, so, well, I mean, at least we can advance a little bit faster through these. Okay, so check. Yeah. Okay, so complete. We don't go there anymore. Okay, turn right. On the right, the ground is covered with mushrooms that have brilliant red patterns. Snow White begins to pick the mushrooms. She wonders if she should do a taste test before bringing them to her colleagues. Taste them. Snow White feels somewhat hesitant about sharing food with others that hasn't been tested. She puts a mushroom in her mouth. Suddenly, a white fog envelops her. A female figure can be made out amongst the fog. It is somebody whose face she has longed to see for some time. Snow White, someone calls out. Okay, Snow White opens her eyes. The white fog has dissipated. After making sure she hasn't sustained any injuries, Snow White realizes something. The mushroom she ate made her hallucinate. That's what I thought. Where can I find these shrooms? Snow White and the 7 shrooms. Snow White contemplates if she should eat the mushroom again, although she can't explain why exactly. She wants to see that woman in her hallucination again. After hesitating for a while, Snow White decides to eat the mushroom, of course. After ingesting some more of the mushrooms, Snow White sees two flowers amidst the fog. One is white and the other is red. Which one should she follow? I can't even choose the red one, it seems. Achieve ending meaningless hallucinations. Okay, so white flower first. Snow White heads towards the white flower and sees a white figure. The faceless figure asks, "Can you see me?" Nope. Snow White stumbles over a tree stump and tumbles to the ground. After waking up from her hallucination, Snow White still wants to see that face that may or may not be a figment of her imagination, so she eats some mushrooms again. Girl is feeding on shrooms, it's insane. No matter how many mushrooms Snow White ingests, the face she longs to see remains forever indistinct. Snow White spends the entire day lost in meaningless reveries. Damn. Shrooms can do that too, I guess. Okay, 4 out of 21. Okay, so I guess the 21 also includes all the other regions, right? Okay. Okay, now we go this way. Okay, so there's still more to do on the right side after the mushrooms. So let's check that. Okay, still on the taste stem route. Okay, there's still more to do. Oh, it's probably choosing the red flower, right? Okay, still eat the mushrooms, okay. Okay, and now we can choose the red flower, okay. So in this case, we're gonna choose the red flower. Snow White heads towards the red flower and hears the buzz of a radio. An old song is being played. Somebody can be heard humming along to the song. They sound homesick. Suddenly, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh wait, where is it? Where is it? Suddenly. I clicked one too many times. Okay, okay, red. Snow White heads towards Bubba. Okay, suddenly a long-forgotten memory comes rushing back to her. She used to listen to songs with Red Hood, who loved old songs. Hello, little one. Snow White was in a terrible mood that day. So many of those close to her had lost their lives. Snow White could never forget their eyes as they died, filled with fear and a hint of relief. As the music continues to play, Snow White walks up to Red Hood. Oh. Why do you look so solemn, little one? You're going to give yourself wrinkles if you keep scrunching up your face like that. Red Hood says with a grin. Stop doing that. Take a look at this. Red Hood brings the radio closer. It is playing a song about missing one's hometown. It's an old guitar-centric pop song which didn't suit the battlefield at all. The song is nice, right? This is what music is all about. Red Hood attempts to coax Snow White. Want to try singing it? Did Snow White sing with her back then? She can't remember. That's more like it, you dork. You act like an old geezer. Ha! Really? Red Hood's laughter and the music are the only sounds that linger in Snow White's ears. Snow White trips over a tree stump. Okay, she wakes up from the hallucination. Okay. Okay, we got a cassette tape. Nice.
Yeah, he did a final concert with
Why
Black
TDS?
Sabbath. But I am glad he passed away knowing he did a very good job with his last concert. I remember him saying, "I am dying and don't need to hear it from a doctor," and he tried to stand up from his chair in the concert too, but sadly he couldn't do it. Frowns.
Yeah, I saw that. Why TDS though? Now I have to cut that out of the video. Damn you! Okay. She wakes up from her hallucination and sees a tent, a broken radio, and a cassette tape near the tree stump that she tripped over. Snow White keeps the cassette tape and begins humming the song she heard in her hallucination. Oh, the hometown I long for, the friends I miss. Even if the sky above us is forever gray, we'll return to our hometown someday. That was nice. Okay, we got a new ending. So many endings, man. Okay, so apparently we can already go to the riverbank, but I kind of want to finish up the entire forest first before we go to the next one, so let's see where we're still missing stuff. Let's see. Okay, still on the right side. Oh my god, man, I'm missing so much. Okay, still with the taste stem. Wait, what the hell did I miss there? More shrooms. Yeah, man, we're eating shrooms like it's nobody's business. Okay, we had the white flower, we had the red flower. What else was there? Oh, I'm still... Oh, I'm still missing something on the white flower department. Okay. Snow White heads towards the white flower and sees a white figure. Okay, yeah. Oh, I need to get the rest of the endings. God damn it, son. Okay, return. Quit. Okay, we can still do this as well, by the way. Proceed straight ahead. We haven't done that yet. Okay. Walking forward, Snow White discovers a wooden cabin. She heads inside to look for any useful items. The cabin is entirely bereft of food and supplies. However, Snow White can ascertain from the antlers hanging on the wall and the bearskin on the floor that a hunter resides here. Scrawled directly on the table in red are the words, "Don't be the prey." Snow White turns and heads back into the forest. Having newly discovered the fragility of ungulates... Okay. Okay, so we're back here now. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, don't taste them. We haven't gone that route as well. Waiting for the day when Dimmy says, "God damn it, son," and his actual son appears in chat. I'll have to remember that for next time that he actually comes up here. But he's not home right now. Snow White feels that the mushrooms are bad news, so she puts them down and heads out of the forest. Oh, okay. That was it? Okay. So I guess now we only have one more route to go, and that's where we still need another ending, right? So I'm guessing that ending that we still need are not here. Oh, wait. Not eat the mushrooms. Okay, having newly discovered... Okay... No, okay, it always comes back to this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we've done most of them besides the one that we can't do yet because we still need another ending, right? Fuck. Fuck, I pressed the wrong button. So you're forced to go to the next area. That's what I thought, yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Can we quit? No, cancel. Don't quit the game. I guess I'll just do the same one again. Okay. Taste them. I can get out of here. Snow White. Eat the mushrooms. White flower. No. Okay. Back here. Okay, so it's like you said, I'm gonna have to go to the next zone. 89%. Okay, I was close. Okay, riverbank. What do we have here? Good music, though. Scarlet appears before Snow White, who's on her way to explore the riverbank. Dost thou intend on rusticating by the riverside? Prithee, allow me to accompany you. Snow White nods. Scarlet is excited about getting to see some fish, which she hasn't seen in a while. Do you know how to fish? Yes. Snow White answers yes, so Scarlet tells her to try making a fishing rod. Given thou doth intend on fabricating a fishing rod, I shall search for a suitable piece of wood. Scarlet begins looking for wood nearby and asks Snow White how long the tree branch should be cut. Yo, what's happening? Tell her to cut it shorter. Snow White notices the branch is shorter than she expected. Scarlet asks if it is what Snow White actually wanted. Snow White ponders if she should use the branch for something else. Snow White passes the branch to Scarlet and tells her to sharpen one end. Dost thou intend on fashioning a fishing spear? After a while, they end up with a decent fishing spear. The fishing spear embeds itself in the bottom of the river. Alas, another miss. Snow White and Scarlet continue throwing their self-made spear with all their might, but every throw ends up with it either stuck in the riverbed from excess force or moving erratically due to poor aim. Perhaps we should entertain the notion of returning to a fishing rod. As Snow White listens to Scarlet, she stares at the fish in the river. It swims away slowly as if mocking them. Nice face on the fish. She manages to catch a huge fish with her bare hands. The fish Snow White is holding tries to writhe free from her grip. I had no idea thou art capable of such feats. I figured I'd give it a shot, and it worked. Despite expending so much energy earlier, he thought of having a good meal later. The thought of having a good meal later that night gives them both a second wind, and they begin catching fish with their bare hands. Snow White fills the pail with fish and returns to the post full of delight, discreetly wiping the drool forming on the edges of her mouth. Alright, good shit. Good stuff. Alright, next. Okay, I don't think... Okay, apparently there's not that many endings on this one. Yeah. 25% already just from this one. Ouch, man. That sucks. Okay, so... Okay, so in the yes department, we're still not done, so let's just try to go there again. I'm not going to read everything if I've already went through it, okay? So just the parts that we haven't seen yet, we're going to go there. Okay, so now we're going to go for cutting the branch longer. Scarlet brings over a branch with the perfect length. Snow White is very satisfied. To make the fishing rod, she... Ah, okay. I'm first going to do this, but we already have the item that we need for this as well. Okay, rummages through her pockets. Snow White doesn't find anything that she could use to make a fishing rod. She gives it some further thought and decides she can use the branch to make something else. Snow White passes the branch to Scarlet and tells her to sharpen one end. Oh, we're going back here now? Oh, this leads back to oh, okay, this leads back to a spear. Okay. Okay, well now we know, Okay, so this leads back to the spear. They wasted my time, what is this? Okay, yes. Longer. Okay, and now take out the metal wire she has with her. Snow White is good with her hands, and she manages to make a fishing rod using the metal wire and the tree branch. You're welcome. The two head to the river to begin fishing. Snow White uses the fishing rod. Okay. Snow White stands by the river with the fishing rod she has made. She closes her eyes and tries to sense the movements of the fish. A long time passes, but nothing happens. Snow White, whose eyes are closed, can feel Scarlet nodding off behind her. The fish also seems to have fallen asleep as nothing is biting the rod. Well done. Snow White can't fish confirmed. Okay, so now we still need to go this way as well. Cut it longer. Metal wire. But now this time we're going to give the rod to Scarlet. Okay. Scarlet is surprised that Snow White handed the rod to her. As she lowers the rod into the water, she proclaims that Snow White won't regret entrusting her with it. Scarlet says that no fish will come if she doesn't move the rod and claims that they can only catch a big fish if they shake the rod. She begins swinging the rod as she speaks. Almost immediately they catch something. Is this a marathon? No, it's not. No. Like there's already another schedule for another Nikke stream anyways. For Friday. Friday I'm doing another stream on this. But yeah, I don't know if that scheduled stream is still on YouTube. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of it. I tried scheduling today's stream, but something went wrong, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that thing. That was supposed to be for this morning, but something definitely went wrong there, because when I wanted to go live through that scheduled stream, it didn't work, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, a pocket knife. Scarlet has caught a pocket knife. She hasn't seen something like this in a long time and stares at it forlorn. Snow White recalls a memory with Scarlet from long ago. Right now on your YouTube, there's like 2 or 3 streams. Yeah, because of my internet issues. My stream literally stopped because I was having issues with my internet. So yeah, that's why. Don't worry, I'll get rid of them. Don't worry. When I'm completely done, I will make sure that I remove them from the channel. Don't worry. Well, I mean, I'm not live on 3 places at the same time, at least, right? Okay, that's a lot of text, man. Holy shit, it's still going. Hello? Can't read that fast. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that day they were starving. Though they had succeeded in their mission, additional supplies were taking a long time to arrive as they were in secluded place difficult for humans to reach. I'm so hungry that I could eat a horse. To a food lover like Snow White, enduring hunger is the worst form of torture imaginable. Suddenly, Scarlet tosses a pocket knife at the birds flying by. Scarlet takes the fallen bird and passes it. Wait, she plucked the bird out of the air with a pocket knife? Sheesh. Scarlet takes the fallen bird and passes it to Snow White. Prithee thou not be lost in melancholy. Grill this. The bird was tiny, but Snow White isn't concerned about whether it would be filling or not. Rather, she is shocked that Scarlet is willing to kill something merely because she is hungry. Snow White mutters, "This is so cruel," which causes Scarlet to laugh. So killing a tiny bird is cruel, but killing a bigger bird is perfectly okay? It's not like that. Do not allow thyself to be vexed thusly about death. All lives have to end. Scarlet's nonchalance prompts Snow White to ask another question. So how about us? Will we die as well? Scarlet chuckles. Flowers are fleetly fading, all things eventually come to an end. Scarlet stares at her katana. This is the lesson she gave me when she became my blade. Flowers are fleetly fading. Snow White utters, startling Scarlet. Thy memory of this still rings true? Snow White nods, sending a smile across Scarlet's face. Precisely. Nothing lasts forever, and we are no exception. With that, Scarlet hovers the rod over the river again. Behind her, Snow White stares at her quietly. Yo, he's back? Yo, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I've been back for a while already. I've been back for like almost an hour. Okay. Okay, we already unlocked the suburbs as well. Good. Okay. So now we go... Okay, answer yes is done. So now we go the answer no route. Okay, Snow White answers no. So Scarlet says that she'll personally make a fishing rod for Snow White. We shall require wood if we are to fashion the fishing rod. I'll look for some. Snow White looks around and fires her rifle at a tree that looks to be the right size. The tree sways a few times before collapsing on a pile of nearby rocks. I only required but a few branches. Oh, whoops. The sight of Snow White obliterating the tree makes Scarlet feel slightly uneasy, but she feels somewhat reassured upon seeing how embarrassed Snow White seems for her slip-up. Scarlet runs over to fetch some branches from the fallen tree. However, Scarlet is unable to make a fishing rod due to her poor crafting skills. Feeling embarrassed, Scarlet says that she will try to fish with a sword. Please not again. What? Not even a rifle, she surpassed it. Okay, says she'll try to fish with her sword. Scarlet stands by the river with a sword and lightly swings it at the fish, lethargically swimming by. The fish is cut in two and floats to the surface of the water. I don't believe there is validity into this idea yet. I shall swing it properly this time. Scarlet adjusts her stance as she stands at the riverbank. Snow White is filled with a renewed sense of hope that they'll actually catch a bevy of fish, and her eyes sparkle. However, as Scarlet swings her sword with full force, the river is dyed a dreadful red as all the fish are sliced and diced. She's making sushi in the water, guys. Both Scarlet and Snow White stare at the massacre silently and return to the post without a word. My god. My god. What was that? The hell was that? Okay. Baba Machina, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Okay, so says she'll search the pile of rocks. Okay, we haven't done that one yet. Perchance there are canned goods buried under these rocks. Hath thou considered this? Snow White nods and begins rummaging through the rock pile. Watched all the YouTube VODs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind. Bye, Waleed. Have a good one. Bro, how your eye right now? Try to read on text, story, and chat. But sometimes I wish that my eyes could go like in two different directions, you know? Okay, so Snow White nods and begins rummaging through the rock pile. After they move away some rocks, some supplies hidden under the pile are gradually revealed. Scarlet and Snow White exchange glances. Their hunch was right. Filled with a renewed sense of vigor, they begin lifting up more rocks. Just then, Snow White feels something. It's a parasol. A parasol. Dorothy's? While looking at it, a memory of Dorothy resurfaces. Called it. Back when humans lived on the surface and not in the Ark, Dorothy loved using the parasol that had been given to them as a gift. Supplies were plentiful then. Nikkes don't get tanned even if they are exposed to the sun, so Snow White was curious as to why Dorothy was using the parasol. Why do you use that thing anyway? It's not like we need it. With a smile, Dorothy answered her. If I use this place won't feel as much like a battlefield. Instead, it'll feel more like a warm and sunny Eden. Eden? How should I put it? It makes me feel important. When the Ark is built, we'll all be sheltered safely under the same parasol. Snow White couldn't make head or tail of what Dorothy was saying. Will the Ark really become our Eden? When peace is restored, will the humans want us to stay under the same parasol as them? Of course. As Snow White stared at Dorothy, her expression was full of such hope for the future that she couldn't bring herself to refute her in any way. Oh, parasol. Dorothy will be most smitten with this. Scarlet proclaims as she approaches Snow White. Snow White nods quietly. Both of them feel this will be the perfect gift for Dorothy, who's doing her best to be a fine leader. They bring the parasol back to the post. That's kind of cute. Going to download some manhwa. I'll return later after the stream and download it. So, you do what you have to do, buddy. You do what you have to do. Eden mentioned. Yep. I mean, we've seen it already now. So... we've been there now, so... okay. Maybe it would have been better if I had done this before, but okay, it's fine. It's totally okay. Then here we would have had the first mention of Eden, but at this point in time, we wouldn't have seen it yet. But now we've seen it already. Okay. 100% in the riverbank. Good shit. Okay, let's go to the suburbs. We're slowly getting through it. Rapunzel appears before Snow White, who's on her way to explore the church. Come with me today, I've been to the suburbs. Snow White nods. Snow White and Rapunzel head to the outskirts and gaze at the structures demolished by raptures. They attempt to find a recognizable structure they can check out. Okay, check out the factory. Which ending do we need to continue the forest storyline anyway? Yeah, they said it, but I forgot which one it was. I can always go back to it. The factory seems to be a former refuge for the humans. Although some parts of the building have collapsed, there are some blankets and canned goods scattered around. Rapunzel and Snow White venture further into the factory. The inside of the factory is littered with all manner of supplies, but the cans of food are either emptied or spoiled. Everything else is unsalvageable. Snow White and Rapunzel want to continue looking for things they can use, so they break open the locked door and walk in. Sound effects. When they break the locked door open and walk in, they see canned goods and other supplies all placed in a neat pile, although there aren't many of them. This must be a room that had been used as storage. Snow White and Rapunzel begin gathering up the canned goods. In the midst of their scavenging, Snow White discovers a book under the couch. Okay, so in this instance, we're going to leave the book alone. The two are elated as they didn't expect to find such a major haul. As Rapunzel looks at the canned goods, she remembers how the atmosphere at the post has been fairly gloomy lately. Dorothy has also been rather morose as well. Rapunzel suggests that they make some dishes and give everybody else a pleasant surprise. A pleasure. Snow White agrees with the idea. Rapunzel begins cooking based on intuition. Well, we didn't pick up the book, so we can't do that. Okay, Rapunzel steps forward confidently, claiming that she has always loved cooking even as a human. As Snow White watches Rapunzel, she feels a little anxious, so we're gonna have to pick out that book. An unknown substance boils in the pot. What was once delicious food is now a disastrous pile of black mush. It can no longer even be considered food. What in the world did you put in there? I just made it the way I did before. Snow White is speechless. She snatched the final can of food before Rapunzel can destroy that as well, and returns to the post. Hey, yo, Nikke, what's happening? How you doing? Okay, that was not a bad ending. Let's get back to it. Okay, so we're gonna follow the same route. Is this considered a mini game? Like, it doesn't really feel like a game. Okay, check out the factory. Okay, so we've done all this already. Break open and lock. Yeah, okay. Leave the book. Okay, so apparently we're not done here yet. So leave the book alone. Yeah. Okay, the rest we can do. Okay, take the book. There we go. The book under the couch is a dirty a dirty magazine. Sexy girl. Hello. Ugh, what is this? Rapunzel walks over and stares at the magazine. Why does this game only have dirty magazines? Whoa, I thought the series ended already. Her eyes gleam as she speaks. Snow White suddenly remembers a previously forgotten memory of her, Rapunzel, and Red Hood. Samuel, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in, man. What are you showing Snow White? Rapunzel covers Snow White's eyes, not being particular about her reading material. Red Hood has just passed the dirty magazine to Snow White. Rapunzel blushes and urges Red Hood to throw away the smut. Undeterred, Red Hood continues to tease Rapunzel with the racy magazine. While Snow White watches them argue, she realizes that the animosity between the Red Hood and Rapunzel has given way to real friendship. I love that. What does auto battle have to do with it? You're not the slightest bit shy about reading this kind of stuff. Oh, you still remember that? Snow White nods while Rapunzel smiles. How could I forget? After going through that, I don't think anybody else can make me feel embarrassed ever again. Rapunzel takes the dirty magazine from Snow White. I can read things even more salacious than this now. Red Hood would be shocked if she saw me now, wouldn't she? Actually, she's probably over the moon that she managed to influence me. Rapunzel returns the magazine to Snow White. I kept feeling like Red Hood was embarrassing me on purpose, so I was annoyed, but now I kinda miss it. Aww. Rapunzel stops talking and begins collecting the rest of the scattered canned food. Meanwhile, Snow White watches her quietly. Okay, we're slowly getting all the endings. I do believe that we need a cookbook somewhere, so... And the book that we just picked up was not said cookbook. Let's check. Okay, check out the apartment. Okay, maybe we'll find one in the apartment buildings. Okay, Snow White and Rapunzel go to the apartment buildings to look for daily necessities, but most of them have been completely obliterated from rapture attacks. There's only 3 houses that they can still enter. Okay. Let's start with the left. Walking into the house on the left, the two find the posters of the Ark and lots of lottery tickets scattered inside. The lottery tickets have "Try Again" printed on them. Amongst the pile, there is a cookbook. There we go. On the pages, sentences such as "Recipes anybody can learn, become a master in your own kitchen today" can be made out. Rapunzel says it would be nice if they can find food and make some dishes to bring back to the post. Snow White asks Rapunzel if she needs the cookbook. Rapunzel says she needs it. There's no harm in having a cookbook, Rapunzel says. Snow White agrees with her. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to... okay, check out the other houses. Okay. Oh, we're still not done. Okay. So now we can say that we don't need it, but we do have it right now, right? Okay, when it comes to cooking, all you need is intuition, Rapunzel says. Snow White decides to believe her, feeling they won't be able to find anything else. Okay, sure. Oh, fuck. No! Shit, I pressed the wrong button. The factory seems to be a former refuge for the humans. Although some parts of the building have collapsed, there are some blankets and canned goods scattered around. Okay. Okay, I'm completely messing it up right now. I thought that I was going to do it in a structured way, but now I feel like I just messed it up. Break open the locked door and walk in. Take the book. We've already done that. Leave the book alone. There's still something here. Aha, okay, so now we have the book, so we can use it. Okay, good. Rapunzel says that she happens to have a cookbook handy that she'll follow. She announces that she'll use this canned food to make something delicious and goes out to start a fire. As Snow White watches Rapunzel, her anxiety slowly builds. An appetizing soup boils in the huge pot. Its aroma fills the factory and Snow White begins to drool. Can I have a taste? Of course. Rapunzel confidently ladles some soup into a small can and passes it to Snow White. Snow White puts a spoonful of soup in her mouth. She's filled with pure ecstasy. How is it? Does it taste okay? It's wonderful. Rapunzel's mood improves when she sees Snow White's obvious delight. With the big pot and canned goods in tow, they return to the post triumphant. Okay, that's another one. How many do we have right now? 13 out of 21. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. We still need 8. Okay, let me go back to the suburbs. There's still those 2 other houses that we have to check, I think. Rapunzel appears before Snow White. Yeah, okay, we've done that already. So we can still check out the apartment buildings, okay. Okay, enter the house in the middle. They come to the house in the middle and see a bunch of empty cans piled up neatly in the corner of the empty room. It seems that somebody else has been here. While most of the doors are either open or broken, they find one door that is tightly closed. They leave the door alone. For now, looking for supplies and food is top priority. Okay, sure. Check out the other houses. Okay, the one to the right. I still have so much stuff missing in all these rooms. Okay, so the house on the right is entirely empty. Rapunzel posits the former residents must have taken refuge somewhere else. Snow White looks at the empty room and discovers a dried white flower that has fallen on the ground. There's a buzzing in her ear, then the voice rings out. This flower is more like you than me. Snow White? Rapunzel's voice brings Snow White back to reality. Despite Rapunzel's concerns, Snow White insists everything is fine and tells her not to worry. Snow White then suggests they continue their search. Rapunzel agrees and walks away, while Snow White picks up the dried flower on the ground. Okay. Snow White feels an unprecedented wave of emotions and surreptitiously takes the dried white flower. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to check out the other houses again, I guess. Man, I still have shit left over in every house. Okay, back to the left, I guess. Bro, she needs it. Okay, sure. Ah! Then why is it still checked? Okay, the one in the middle. Am I missing something there? Try opening the door. Okay, so let's do that. There's a bed in the room. On the bed lie two bodies. Oh shit! We're getting raided. Oh my god, we're getting raided. Holy shit, guys! Yo, welcome in. I'm very sorry, but most of my alerts are actually broken at the moment because of issues with my internet. But thank you so much for being here. How you guys doing today? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Shit, this is a big ass raid. How you guys doing? How do I pronounce your name? Is it Dace T? Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, Shadow Bark. Hello, Terry. Hello, Shulva. What's happening? How you doing today? Maybe Pixel. How are you today? Love that name. Theomene, how you doing? Welcome in. Hello, Carneolex. How you doing? Welcome in. Wolf Steel, how are you? Yang, welcome in. King Guy, hi. Welcome back. Saw you before already. He is greater than I. Welcome in. DJ Duck, what's happening? Meet me. How you doing? Welcome in. So many lovely people. Thank you so much. I heard that you're a new commander. I am indeed a new commander. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing fine today. Thank you so much for the many follows, by the way. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I am completely, well, completely new is a lot to say. I have started playing this game, I think, around a month and a half ago, give or take. Thank you so much for the many follows. I'm very sorry that most of my alerts have died so far because of internet issues, but thank you so much either way. I truly appreciate it. Welcome in, guys. Oh, thank you so much for deciding to raid us. I appreciate that so much. Please tell me a little bit more about yourself. Thank you so much. Or chat, obviously. Please tell us a little bit more about our raider. I would love to hear. How long have you been playing the game? How did you find us? Tell me all the things. I would love to hear. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, so many cool people. Prepare for drama. Not going to say more. Oh, I know. I mean, you mean the game, right? Yeah. I actually finished chapter 19 today, so I am not completely new anymore, so I've already seen a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure that even now I've only just scratched the surface, yeah? So there's still so much more stuff to happen, but we are now at the part where we... Oh, thank you so much for the sub, I appreciate that. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to our raider. She yaps too much. That's how it goes. I mean, streamers have to yap. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm yapping too. Well, then, welcome to Nikke and to the emotional damage that we will get by playing it. I'm already there. I mean, chapter 1 instantly delivered already on that. Okay, yeah, I just finished Overzone myself. Oh, let's go. I've only been playing for 9 months or so, but I love the story so much. And you've only now just finished Overzone. Oh, fuck. Okay, I've already done it. Yeah, I mean, it broke me, man. Overzone was so fucking amazing. It was insane. I did not expect that at all. But I mean, straight off of chapter 1 already, this game just fucking had me by the neck, man. That whole first moment with Marion, that first encounter, that first depression moment, right there, instantly grabbed me by the throat. It was insane. I loved it so much. And I mean, it's true what people say, right? Game for the goon, stayed for the story. It's true. It's insane. This game is probably one of the most depressing games, for real. For real it is. Happy to hear you're loving it. I am absolutely adoring it. Oh, let me please... I'm going to give you a follow. Just 1 second. Let me please follow you. I am going to check out your channel. There we go. I am going to drop you a follow so I can check you out later. So I've completed Overzone, but I hadn't done the minigame White Memory yet. So I'm actually trying to... Yeah, I finished Overzone already. Yeah, we did it, but I'm now doing the minigame. So because people said, yeah, you really have to do it. It has a couple of very nice lore moments in there. So I'm now trying to get myself through White Memory. We have 13 out of the 21 endings so far, so I'm checking that out right now. The goon part at this point is just a facade. Oh, for real. I mean, People say that at some point you don't see the boobs and the asses anymore, but you know, I wouldn't really say that that's true. Or maybe I'm still too fresh of a commander. Maybe that's what it is. The matter can't spend money on Nikke because his country does not like gachas. That is true. That is true. That is true. But honestly, I really can't complain because I've already gotten a very decent amount of Nikkes. I mean, I already managed to snag myself a Red Hood. I already got Siren. I got 2B. I got A2. I just got Dorothy as well. You know, I have no complaints. I've really been able to already amass a very decent amount of Nikkes. That really helped me out on my journey through to chapter 19 because without Red Hood, I probably wouldn't have been where I am right now. You don't when almost every single unit is either bunny or bikinis. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. You can admire the Nikkes because you haven't gotten to the skill check part of the game yet. Yeah, Mother Whale, right? yeah. At that point, I'm probably not going to be looking at the bodies anymore. That's true. Hey, but thank you again so much for rating us. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. So cool. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. And welcome to everybody that dropped a follow. I truly appreciate it. Today has been an amazing day, man. The growth has been real. I'm live right now on both Twitch and YouTube, and even on YouTube sites, so many people have been dropping follows. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. Actually stuck in chapter 20 right now because of... okay, gotcha. Just caught up to your Nikke videos yesterday. Thank you. Hope to see more of your journey through Nikke. I definitely plan on delivering more content for sure. Sorry the raid and... no, don't worry about it. Please, yeah, I'm sorry the raid and lurk, but I'll definitely be back. Hope you have a wonderful stream. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Please go get all the rest, get some food, do all the things you have to do. Obviously, you've had a long stream yourself. You need to rest up. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for the raid. So somebody told them about the whale already. Well, you know, I haven't seen the whale myself, but I mean, rumors have been flying through chats, obviously. I have been spoiled that there is a whale, but I haven't seen the whale. I haven't looked it up myself yet as well. So even when I'm gonna get to the point of the whale, it will still be a surprise. But I know that it's gonna be a skill check. Thank you so much for everybody lurking right now. I appreciate that. Rappy is best girl, followed by Anise. They complement each other perfectly, in my opinion. I love Anise. I keep saying it. Anise is fucking hilarious. I love her sarcasm. I love her snippy remarks. I love the faces that she makes. She's absolutely hilarious. I have a recommendation. Look for Summon Summer Anise. She's one of the best Electro units in the game. Summon Summer Anise. I mean, every boss after Mother Whale will be skill check, and that ain't spoiler. They just upped everything for boss design. Maybe by the time I'm gonna get there, maybe they were already gonna have her introduced easy mode. Who knows? Okay, check out the other houses. Am I done now or not? Wait. So what am I missing here? House on the right. Entirely empty. Let's see. Did I do anything else? Okay, leave the dried flowers to the ground. Okay. Feeling that keeping a flower will bring back some unpleasant memories, Snow White decides to avert her gaze. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to check out the factory, I guess. I feel like I've done everything with the houses yet, but I could be wrong. I hope nobody spoils anything for you. Going through this game blind and getting hit with all the story beats, not knowing what's going to happen is just amazing. I do agree. I mean, sometimes people do get excited and they accidentally slip something, and I try not to watch that too much, but yeah, it happens every now and then. But I know that it's because of pure enthusiasm. People are excited and they want to share some stuff and they just want to see reactions. I know that it's not with malintent, you know? Have you tried opening the door in one of the houses? Yeah, I did, yeah. I did, before. Okay, so anything else here? Yeah, okay, walk into the room where the curtains are closed, okay? What's this? There are matches, extinguished candles, pictures of people hanging in the room. A line is written on the wall. May you rest in peace. This must be a place where they mourn the dead. The two look around for a while and... Okay, I'm first gonna say this. Leave after mourning for a short while. Sadly, there is one character that the Nikke community struggles with not spoiling because seeing her makes them livid. Okay, I'm not entirely sure which one that you're talking about right now because, in my opinion, that still could be a lot, but okay. I mean, I've seen all the characters already, so most likely, even if you tell me a name, I'm probably gonna know who it is, but the lore behind it, I probably don't know. You know who it is like? Oh yeah, Crow. We hate Crow. We all hate Crow. Boo, Crow, boo. No, I'm not. I haven't really played for Warframe. No, I'm sorry to disappoint you there. Okay, so Rapunzel and Snow White light the candles with the matches on the floor and pray for a while. Then they walk out of the room and open the locked door. There we go. When they break the locked door open and walk in, they see canned goods and other supplies all placed in the pile. I think we've done this already. Leave the book alone. Take the book. Fuck. Okay. All this we've done already. Okay, I guess I just have to choose one. Yeah, we've done all this already. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back. So he knows the who, just not the why. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, no, I've only done Overzone. I haven't done Red Ash. I haven't done Old Tales. I haven't done Lost Kingdom, whatever. All those things. I've heard about them, but I don't know what they entail. So let's indeed try not to spoil. Yeah, Crow's trash. Okay, so, we're still not done. Okay, let's go back to the factory again. Okay, walk into the room. Yeah. Now, photo frame. Rapunzel places the photo frame they got from the apartment building among the pictures on the floor and lights the candles with a match. Once all the candles in the room are lit, Rapunzel kneels down quietly without a word. Snow White stands back and watches. Oh god, I need more endings. Snow White asks, "Why are you doing this?" What? They're already dead. Rapunzel answers, "Death is not the end. The marks these people made during their lives will not disappear simply because they are no longer with us. Everything truly ends only when everybody who remembers them is gone." I like that. Rapunzel stands up and looks at Snow White. "So I decide to remember. I don't want them to be forgotten, for everything to come to an end and rob them of all meaning." I love that. "So I'll keep praying to remember the precious lives they used to lead. I will acknowledge their deaths, and bid them farewell. Death is not the end. The real end happens when one's existence is forgotten." Snow White falls into deep thoughts. She had never thought of it that way. Rapunzel looks at Snow White, who is lost in thought, and kneels once again to pray. While Snow White watches Rapunzel pray, she asks, "Then how do we bid someone farewell?" "Look them in the eyes, say to them, 'Be well.'" The thing is, some stories you may want to wait until you are at the part where the main story takes place. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm waiting with Red Ash until after chapter 24. People told me do Red Ash between chapter 24 and 25, so I intend to do that. Yeah, I kind of have a little list already of like what to play when, give or take, but I'm trying to play them in order of release so that we don't actually get spoiled too much. Okay. So we're still not done here. Let's see. So what else did we miss? Okay, so I'm gonna go check out the factory again. Okay, then we have this still. Picture frame. Oh yeah, okay, so we can't do this one yet. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait. Okay, so this is gonna have to wait. So what about the apartment buildings? Okay, none of them still say completed. This kind of annoys me, but okay. On the other hand, maybe all these lead to that final thing that we still have to do. That we don't have the ending for yet. Yeah, I think they all lead to the same part. Yeah, I think they do. Other houses. Middle. Try opening the door. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think at this point we probably should try going back to the forest. Yeah, I think so too. Check out the factory. This part. Yeah, okay. So we stay with Rapunzel. Okay. So let's go back to the forest. Because at this point we probably did everything that we had to do there, right? Okay, we're at 14 out of 21. It's going slower than I thought. Or I'm just too slow. Okay, back to the forest. Start search. I do hope that we've done everything here that we needed for this. Okay, so ordinary rifle. Turn right. Yeah. Face them. We're eating shrooms again. Noom's on the break. Gnome's on the break, right? He is, but he's still around. Yeah. He can't help himself. But he said that he would just take a break of responsibilities. Okay, so eat the mushroom again. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay, active... No, wait. No. It's not here. It's the other one. Okay, here. Achieve ending to bid you farewell. Okay. The white figure smiles. If you want to see me, you should come to meet me, Snow White. Snow White opens her eyes. A towering tree stands before her. Something about this all seems oddly familiar. Snow White looks at her feet. As she does, a long-forgotten memory comes rushing back. On the day when the fighting had no end in sight, she came over with a memory capsule and a sheet of paper. Everybody write down your wishes on these and place them in this memory capsule. They tore the sheet of paper into 7 pieces, wrote down their wishes and placed them in the capsule. She buried the memory capsule in the ground and spoke, "One day, when our job is finished, let's open it together." Under the enormous tree, she made a promise that would never come true. I have to say, when I started Nikke, I did not know what to expect, but playing for now over a year, I'm so hooked on all the new stories and Nikkes to come. I totally get that. I mean, you and most people, yeah. I totally understand. And I'm having a good feeling that I'm gonna keep playing this as well, so... I'm enjoying it way too much. I think Nikke together with Wuthering Waves at the moment is definitely my favorite gacha. Definitely. Snow White takes out the memory capsule buried in the ground. There are 7 pieces of paper inside. I hope everybody is still alive after the war. I'm willing to follow the red flower until the very end. I hope that one day everybody will know our names. I want some food and alcohol from my hometown. I hope that we'll emerge victorious. I hope that she'll be safe and sound. After reading 6 of the clippings, Snow White opens the last one, which has been neatly folded. It's hers. I hope we can save the humans. Snow White considers the last words that she ever wrote. I hope we can save the humans. Snow White returns the slips of paper to the capsule and stands up. To commemorate her, Snow White decides to go to the meadow where she is buried. Aw. I have an addiction to some of the grittier themes in the Nikke side stories. The grittier themes. Do I want to know? Do I want to know? Okay, 15 out of 21. We're almost there. 6 more endings to go. Okay, start search. So this is completed. This is completed. I guess we're gonna go to the meadow right now. Okay. Okay, Snow White walks towards the field. The sun's rays cascade across the peaceful meadow. At the far end, there is a stone coffin encircled by towering trees. It is there that she slumbers. Snow White gazes from afar, half in a daze. Okay, I guess we're gonna start with go back, yeah? So go back. She still doesn't have the courage to walk forward. Snow White goes back in hopes of finding something that will give her courage. Oh, okay. Literally go back. Okay, but it counts as complete. Okay. Walk forwards. Hey, I needed to do it for completion. That was unexpected. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Okay, memory capsule required. We have that. Snow White holds the memory capsule. Although Snow White isn't confident about maintaining her composure whilst facing her, she musters the courage to step forwards. There is a buzzing sound, then a voice rings out. You're Snow White, aren't you? Hello. I'm Lee. Yeah, probably Lilywise or Lilith? Yeah. Remain stationary. Snow White remains where she is. She doesn't have the courage to move forward and meet her. I'm not ready. I don't deserve to see her. I haven't achieved anything at all. I can't even remember her face or her name. How can I possibly face her? Not yet. It's not yet time. I can't face her yet. Snow White fails to take another step. After taking that one step towards her, Snow White stops. This is starting to become very sad all of a sudden, man. This is starting to become very sad all of a sudden. Okay, so, okay, let's walk forwards again. Okay, Lilywise flower required, so I'm missing the flower. Okay, yeah. So I guess we have to go back again to get said flower. Where do we get said flower? Well, we've already completed all these, so I guess it has to be in the suburbs, right? So that one place that we couldn't get into yet, so maybe it's there. It was already sad when you started playing. But yeah, but now we're getting to that ending. Now it's all starting to pile up, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay. I haven't done those yet, as far as I know. Okay, so I guess we check out the factory again. Yeah, we go here. Yeah, okay, here. Leave Rapunzel alone and explore another location. Achieve ending this... Yeah, okay, there we go. Snow White leaves Rapunzel behind and begins exploring the factory again. She smells the familiar scent of flowers. There we go. Snow White follows the scent and finds a door towards the back. Snow White opens the door. There we go. Snow White takes out the dried white flowers she got from the apartments and opens the door. As the door opens, a sea of white flowers greets Snow White. She knows the name of these flowers. They remind Snow White of her. Memories of her come rushing back. Memories Snow White has been wanting to forget. She was always fond of her. Being together with her was always a happy experience. Snow White was never happier than when they had chatted in a prairie full of flowers just like these. This flower has the same name as you. Yes, that's where I got my name. Snow White loved that flower ever since. But now it seems like this flower is more like you than me. No, this flower still resembles her. The pure, the purest. Strong, strongest. And lovely, loveliest. Snow White, Lilywise. Snow White runs towards the field of Lilywise before her. After staring at the flowers for a while as if in a daze, she sits down and caresses them. Can I go and see you? Please. The sky turns red. Snow White continues to cradle the Lilywise in her arms, even when Rapunzel comes looking for her after praying. Damn. Damn. Okay, so now we get to go back here. Yeah, you can tell. I mean, this is really the place where you get to see Snow White opening up, you know? Okay, so now we should be able to do this. Yeah, okay. Walk forward. Snow White looks at the Lilywise flower. It was Lilywise's favorite. I have to go. At long last, Snow White makes that step she failed to take before. Leave with the flower. A coffin lies on the vast meadow surrounded by soaring trees. Lilywise. The first Nikke. The leader of the goddess squad. Snow White's hero, who was stronger and more beautiful than anybody else. After a long journey, Snow White finally arrives before the slumbering Lilywise. Bunches of flowers adorn her grave. A grief-stricken Snow White salutes. Hello. Lilywise, my hero. Never did I feel that I was in danger so long as you were there on the battlefield with me. Never once did I retreat from anything. My honor was your honor and your happiness was mine. So I didn't want to accept the fact that you won't be joining me on my future journey. I didn't want to accept the fact that I won't be able to see your laugh once again. But it's time to say farewell. You gave me a mission. That mission alone proves that you once existed in this world. It will be the reason this world remembers you and your great achievements. So please, my sister, my colleague, my soulmate, my hero, be well. Snow White places the Lilywise flower on Lilywise's coffin. Finally, she bids her farewell. Aw. Oh, that one hits, man. That one freaking hits. Okay, apparently we're still missing 3 endings. Okay. It's really good for her that she finally is able to give herself that closure, because she really needed that. Okay, so we have a couple of other ones right here. Look around. Achieve ending, leave with the flower. Okay, so these only unlock afterwards. Oh, the dog tags. Snow White decides to check the surroundings. She slowly realizes that she has never given this place a proper once-over. As she started to move in the direction where she can see the ark, Snow White accidentally kicks something. She looks down and finds a dog tag. Yet another memory that had remained buried for so long resurfaces. Snow White remembers that person she had previously forgotten. He said he was a mercenary, but he didn't seem like the military type. He was the man who became our leader, who claimed that he would suppress the raptures. Commander. Oh. When did it begin? His bluntness and impertinence gave way to tenderness, and he began treating us like humans. I hope you don't get hurt again. Lilywise kissed his dog tag. He gazed at her then, the affection evident in his eyes. At that moment, Snow White realizes something. She was the one who changed him. Snow White picks up the dog tag beside her feet. His name is carved on it. Why is this here? We're not gonna know that name, are we? Snow White can't bring herself to leave it here, so she decides to bring it to Lillywise. Snow White remembers how she loved him just as much as he loved her. Bro. It's only getting worse, man. It's only getting fucking worse. Sheesh. Okay. Look for a Lillywise coffin. Commander dog tags required. Okay. Here we go. Walking out of the post, Snow White says goodbye to everybody and sets off on a long journey. Snow White decides to go to Lillywise coffin, which she has not visited in a long time. There is something she must tell Lillywise before she leaves. With a heavy heart, Snow White comes to Lillywise coffin. She takes one step. Yo, hippery! And then another. Snow White accidentally kicks something. There's a familiar looking piece of rock on the ground. It's the sharp corner of the coffin. Snow White lifts her head and looks at Lillywise. What? It's gone. Her head is gone. In the shattered coffin, only her body remains. The white Lillywise flower has black scuff marks from being trampled on. Desperately, Snow White searches her surroundings. Why? How is this happening? Her face is gone. Only her body is left. No one will remember her this way. I haven't achieved anything yet. I haven't accomplished anything she expected of me. Will her story really end so meaninglessly? No way. Okay, so it all came down to this fucking moment. What the fuck? Okay, good thing that you guys made me play this. No way. I refuse to accept this. This can't happen to her. Not to Lillywise. Sound echoes from somewhere. The sound of machines. Grey intruders that disturb the ground. Raptures. Raptures. The black marks upon the white flower. They say that they took away her head. Exterminate them. I will exterminate them. I will exterminate them all. I will find her head. I have to fulfill her legacy, what she wished for. I hope we can. Oh god. Okay, so she says the same things a couple of times over. Snow White gets to her feet and walks forward. She will exterminate all the raptures on the surface and recover the human world. Or the head. Okay. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What do you think happened here? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I mean, it could have been somebody that we maybe least suspect, you know? I wish this event was voiced. Hey, I tried my best voicing it for you, though. But I get that, yeah. It will give me chills. Oh, for sure, yeah. Okay, wait. It looks like I'm still missing one ending, no? Or did I get all of them? Get back. Stand guard? What is this? Oh, today doesn't seem ideal for a search. Why not stay at the post and stand guard? We try that. Ah, is this the last ending? Okay. I didn't do this one yet, apparently. Okay. Snow White feels that conditions are not ideal, so she calls off today's expedition and returns to her post. Okay. Okay, so that was all of them. Either Commander or Rapture got her head. Let me ask you guys one question. And without giving me names, of course. Is it somebody that we wouldn't expect? Or is this something that we still don't know to this day? We don't know? Okay, so we don't know. So it's still open for theorizing. Okay. Did you read the name of the previous ending? The name of the previous ending. Did I miss something? I have my theories. Recollection. Normal ending, end of expedition. Hail to the king of fishing. Become wait, no. Here. Head has disappeared. Hidden ending, true ending, tamed dog tag. Which one are you talking about here? Only speculations. Well, I mean, since that commander loved her so much, maybe it was that commander. That commander that we still don't know who it is, or presumably. that I may be having suspicions for. But it could be completely off, of course, but... Actually, we know, but only chapter 35 or 36. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, well then, I don't want to know then. It's not known, and that makes me scared for the day that we do find out. I get that, I get that. We do have slight clues in Second Affection and Last Kingdom. The last title at the bottom, I assume. Well, it just says hidden ending. Hey, head has disappeared, but I don't really see anything else there. Is there anything else that I should be seeing here? The name of the song and the final ending is a hexadecimal cipher. When translated to alphanumeric, it says Mind Switch. Bro. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, actually. Welcome in, by the way. The legendary commander who leads the Goddess Squad. I'm calling Anderson. I'm calling Anderson. I could be completely off with that one, but I'm calling Anderson. If I have to make a guess. I'm saying it's Anderson. Okay. Wyatt memory done. Finally. Okay. It was worth it. It was worth it in the end. It was a lot of story to get through, but in the end, definitely worth it. And everything came down to that one moment that we just saw. Yeah. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit.